Fire Princess Reviews. I'm Fire Princess Lily, here to talk to you about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. So, as you know, this was supposed to be a video about the previous book for the month of July. That's actually been pushed back, you can already tell by the title of this video, to the next video. Don't worry, we're going to talk about what's coming out in July and what I'm getting. So, if you're waiting for that or if you're hoping for that, definitely next video. Today, we're going to talk about Avengers Infinity War. It's going to be kind of a spoiler review. We're not going to talk all about spoilers. For the first part, we'll talk about how I felt about the movie, the cinematography, the relations between the characters, things of that nature, and then we'll move on to some more spoiler territory, which I'll warn you about before we actually get into it, so that you can click off the video if you haven't actually seen the movie. I suggest you see the movie. Let's just say that's my thing you might have missed. I don't know how you missed it. I don't know why you're not watching it. Maybe you think that the Marvel movies are overrated. And that's fine. That's good. I mean, it's your opinion. Have it. But I would definitely check it out, especially if you've seen all the other Marvel movies. This is really like the start of something big. So there's that. But before we continue, I want to point out this shirt, this neat, awesome Cowboy Bebop shirt, and the reason I'm pointing out is because I was able to afford it thanks to in part to you, the viewers, mostly on Breach.tv, but to all my viewers, thank you. Because of your attention and the fact that you watch these videos, I was actually able to afford to purchase this shirt. It's not that I can't normally purchase shirts, it's just it was nice I had extra money. I saw that this shirt was on sale, and so I grabbed it using that extra money that I get generated from the revenue from your views of these videos. So thank you so much. You guys are great. And yeah, so I love this shirt. You'll probably see it a lot. Well, not a lot, but you'll see it in other videos because it's a really good shirt. I get to make all the look me in my eyes jokes. It's amazing. But let's move on to Infinity War. So, starting right off, what do I rate this movie in terms of a 1 to 10 scale and ABCD rating? In relation to all the other movies, if I think that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, I liked it a little better than the first one, if that on my scale is about a 7.5 or an 8, this movie was, and if Black Panther is a 10, if Black Panther is totally a 10. This movie is in the middle there. It's 9.5, 9. It's a 9. So that's still an A. It's a solid A. It's not an A+, it's not an A-, it's just a solid A. This is a good movie. It's okay. It does follow a bit of the standard Marvel formula, the 3 acts leading up to the big climax and the third act. But it does have some surprising twists that you kind of don't see coming until you get there. And that was sort of refreshing. Josh Brolin as Thanos, of course, is an amazing villain. I wouldn't say he's as good as Killmonger. Killmonger was top tier DC Marvel villain. Oh, don't burn me in my sleep. But yeah, Killmonger's Black Panther was just a great movie, and this is not in any means a bad movie at all. It's just if I have to compare the two, I know which one I like better. Speaking of which, Black Panther's coming out to Blu-ray soon, and I'm going to have it, and I'm probably going to watch it 3 more times. Anyway, moving on. So Josh Brolin, great as Thanos. He definitely added some really interesting gravitas to the role. We've obviously seen Thanos in, after seeing clips in Guardians of the Galaxy, scenes here and there. But we've never really had spent time with Thanos. And the way that Thanos is, so methodical and intimidating and just all, a big presence and everything that he does, Josh Brolin really, really got into the character and did that. Other great things, all the interactions between all the characters. I'm not even kidding. There wasn't one interaction that wasn't amazing. I think my favorite interactions are actually from between Tony and Steve Strange. Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, they had some... There's a train. We're going to keep going, but there's a train, so if you can't hear me, Train. I like. I don't know. I have to blow their horn so much that crossing's actually abandoned, but whatever. Blow it a couple times. It's okay. But the reactions or the interactions between Tony and Doctor Strange are absolutely great. Minor spoiler, you can kind of tell from the trailers if you pay attention. They don't necessarily get along. It's like having the same two kinds of people or the same two kinds of personalities in the same room, too close to each other, having to interact with one another, and it pans out wonderfully for comedy. Peter's great in this movie, the Spider-Man, Tom Holland. He definitely is my favorite Spider-Man. My favorite Spider-Man used to be Andrew Garfield. I don't care what anybody says. Way better than Tobey Maguire any day of the week. But Tom Holland just brings a really nice, refreshing role to Peter. You really feel like he's in high school and he's going through the awkward stages of adolescence. And it's perfect. Other good interactions are really just everybody. Like Thor and the Guardians of the Galaxy have their own interactions. So basically, small spoiler, I suppose, is like this movie doesn't take place in. Not all the teams are at the same space at any given time, really. It takes place in 3 different specific areas of the universe. Right? So you have Captain America and everybody on Earth doing their thing. You have other teams off in space doing other things. I don't want to get into too much, stuff, but that's just it. The cinematography of this movie is incredible. It's not as bright or as colorful as, say, Thor Ragnarok or the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, but it still manages to be, awe-inspiring because a lot of it is space, and space is so freaking cool. I would never go into space because I'm terrified of it, but I imagine that space is really neat and interesting and cool, and so maybe one day, who knows? I mean, if they discover a really safe way to travel through space. Probably never. Space is scary. But yeah, the way everything is shot, all the tracking shots and motions and everything is just done so well. You can tell that they took a lot of time and effort to make this movie good. Even though they shot all these movies pretty much back to back, to make sure they kind of get the same look for all the characters. They definitely put a lot of work into this one movie. It's really cool, and it's nice to see the care that went into it. And yeah, this movie has a lot of tone shifts that are perfect for when they happen. Yes, there's comedy, but yes, there's a lot of dark stuff going on. So here we go. Another minor spoiler. Another minor spoiler is that this movie is not like other Marvel movies where it's fun and poppy and, everything continues to have this sort of undercut through comedy. Eventually, it hits Dark Town and stays there. And it stays there really, really handily. So, yeah. So we talked about the interactions, we talked about the cinematography, we talked about how some of the actors play their roles marvelously. Tony in this, Robert Downey Jr., is great too. You can tell he has the events of all the other movies are still weighing heavily on his mind, and he has to think about that. His suit is super amazing. He has definitely done everything he can to make this suit as advanced as humanly possible for what he can do. He's only human. And yes, he's super intelligent, but our technology is only so far along. Other great things is Steve. Steve Rogers. He's definitely feeling the effects of the previous movies in a different way. He definitely does not mind the way things happen. He does not mind being off the grid or on the run. And it's interesting. It's interesting to see how Civil War changed all these characters. Now, another minor spoiler, I suppose, is that if you're expecting Hawkeye or Ant-Man to be in this movie, they aren't. They explain why they aren't, and you know what? I'm absolutely fine with that. It means they're off somewhere else. Hawkeye's not dying. So, that is definitely something I liked. I say definitely so much. I don't know why. I certainly like it. There we go. New word. Certainly. Let's use it. Interchange it. Moving along. So here's where we're going to get into some serious spoiler territory. So if you have not watched this movie yet, if you're planning on watching this movie, stop the video here. Get off the ride. You are too short to be on this ride from this point. Sorry, burping. It happens. But at this point, get off. It's putting you on. So, major spoilers now. So this movie picks up right where Thor Ragnarok left off. Even before the credits are done rolling, there is alarms going off. Thor over a loudspeaker saying, "Hey, we're not a fighting ship. This is an arc vessel. We're just trying to get to a new home. We pose no threat to anybody." But as the scene opens up, there's a lot of dead people on Thor's ship. And you have Thanos and the Black Ministry. I forgot their names. They're like the children of Thanos. Done. I mean, they have a specific name. I can only remember one of them, Proxima Midnight, but I only remember her because I looked her up, because she's kind of hot. So, yeah. Yes, she's super hot. I don't care how much of that was CGI. She fills a special place in my heart. Anyway, moving on. So, right away, things are bad on Thor's ship. Everybody is particularly dead. Except for Thor, Loki, Hulk, and Heimdall. Heimdall's not looking so good. He has been stabbed a few times and is on the floor, dying. Yep. So, Thor's like, "Where are you, Loki? You owe me a freaking Tesseract because, the house is an Infinity Stone. It belongs to me." And Loki's like, "Yo, I didn't have to give you shit because we got a Hulk." And the Hulk shows up and starts messing up Thanos. And then Thanos is like, "I'm done being messed up," and puts the Hulk down. So right away you can tell kind of how serious this villain is. And Loki dies. He actually doesn't. He actually tries to not give up the Tesseract at first, and then he does for the sake of Thor. And then he tries to trick Thanos into believing that, "Hey, I'm on your side." And when he goes in for the kill, Thanos stops him and then breaks his neck. Yeah, it's a real. You can hear it. It's very breaking, that neck. And so Loki, dead. I don't want to tell you everybody who dies. Well, no, I'm kind of going to a little bit. This movie hit hard. Every time you think that the heroes are getting the leg up, or you think that it turns a hard left from the standard the heroes are going to make it sort of thing. Example, they come up with a plan on Titan when Thanos shows up to get the glove off of him. I don't know why they didn't just try to chop off his arm. That makes the most sense to me. Heroes, I guess. I'm not one. And you think they're going to get his glove off, but Star-Lord fucks it all up. And he fucks it all up for a good reason. You find out, you already knew, but he finds out what happened in a previous scene with Gamora. Gamora is no longer among the living. She was sacrificed for the Soul Stone. I told you this is going to be heavy spoilers. You should have listened. And so just as they're really working on getting that glove off, they have him sort of pinned down. Mantis is doing her thing. he gets super pissed off about Gamora being, dead, that Thanos killed her, so he starts hitting him with his gun. I don't know why he didn't just shoot him in the face. But, it's fine. It's whatever. And I'm not even angry at Star-Lord for being this way because, one, it's in character for him to kind of do these things, to be that sort of kind of impulsiveness. But, yeah, it's just in his character. So they don't get the glove off. They totally lose that fight. And Stephen Strange actually trades the Time Stone to Thanos to spare their lives. Like, he actually looks, like, into the future at, like, 14 million different futures to see if they can win this fight at all. And he's like, there's only one way we can do it. And you think that was their one chance and Peter screwed it up. But we don't know because there's going to be a part 2. There is. So, kind of keeping in theme with you think the heroes are going to win. Like, Thanos actually gets to Earth. He gets the Mind Stone from Vision. Vision's dead. Sorry. Like, I'm not going to tell you how that happens. If you still haven't seen it, or you're still planning, you're just trying to, get all the deaths out of the way so you can prepare your heart, because you need to prepare your heart. This movie hurt me really bad. Anyway, moving on. So Thanos gets all the Infinity Stones, obviously, and he's ready to go for the big snap in order to wipe out half of life in the universe and bring balance to things. And Thor's axe, he gets a sweet new axe called Stormbreaker. Comes flying through the air and fucking BAM! Hits Thanos in the chest, and Thor's like, yeah, I told you I was going to kill you because of what you did on that ship, especially to Loki. You are dead! Driving the axe in. And Thanos is like, you know what? You should have aimed for the head. Thanos wins. And it fucked me up so bad because you get to watch a lot of characters disappear. Every Guardian, except Rocket, is dead. Black Panther, T'Challa, he's dead. Stephen Strange is dead. Bucky's dead. Hawk is dead. Hawkeye, what's his name? The Falcon. Falcon's dead. Like, all these people are dead. The worst one, for me personally, was Spider-Man's dead. Peter is dead. He turns into ash in Tony's arm, saying, I don't want to go, which kind of fucks me up on 2 levels because of Doctor Who. But yeah, there's a lot of death. Thanos wins. I mean, they're setting up for number 2, but it's like you really thought for a strong moment that Thor had sealed the deal, and he didn't. So I don't know what's going to happen in part 2. I haven't actually read the Infinity War comics that these are based off of. Boy, I sure hope things go well. And yeah, so I'm pretty fucked up from this movie, but it's a good movie. I'd watch it again. I'd cry over it again. Yeah, I'd cry. I cried a couple times during this movie. Gamora's death scene, Peter's death scene, like I said, fucked me up on so many levels. This has turned out to be a really long video. We're fast approaching it. So, yeah, this is still a 9 out of 10. Still an A. So go see it, because it's a great movie if you haven't seen it. I don't know why you watched all the way through to the end of the spoilers. Maybe you're just trying to prepare yourself. You want to know some things. And I've spoiled everything. Well, not everything, but everything. Peter Dinklage is in this movie. Is he dead? I don't know. I don't know if Hawkeye's even dead, because, they don't show him fading to dust, but he could have. Half the universe is gone. Nick Fury's dead, too. But Captain Marvel's coming out. Said the word to Captain Marvel. Hopefully, that's going to be a cool movie. I'm excited for it. So what do I think is going to happen? Good guys come back? I hope. I certainly do hope so. Yeah, that's it. That's it for this video. So, what are we talking about next time? Previews video. Promise. And other than that, until next time, enjoy comics, enjoy cartoons, and I'll see you then. Bye.